Get ready for a spine-chilling adventure as four teenagers explore a haunted mansion in the small town of Ravenwood. In this YouTube story, Emily, Ryan, Chloe, and Alex venture into the abandoned mansion, but what they find is beyond their worst nightmares. With black magic rituals, a cursed book, and an evil presence lurking in the shadows, the group is trapped and facing a terrifying ordeal. Will they make it out alive? Find out in this thrilling tale of horror and suspense. In the small town of Ravenwood, a group of teenagers decided to explore the local haunted mansion. They heard stories about the mansion being cursed and abandoned for years. Despite the warnings of their parents, they couldn't resist the temptation to explore the mansion's mysteries. The group consisted of four friends: Emily, Ryan, Chloe, and Alex. They arrived at the mansion around midnight and entered through the rusty gate. As they made their way through the overgrown garden, they felt a sense of dread and unease. The mansion looked dark and lifeless, and there was an eerie silence that hung in the air. As they approached the mansion, they noticed strange symbols etched on the walls. Emily, who had always been interested in the occult, recognized them as ancient markings used in black magic rituals. Ryan, who was skeptical of the supernatural, laughed it off, but Chloe and Alex were visibly unnerved. As they entered the mansion, the air grew colder, and the atmosphere turned eerie. The group found themselves in a grand hall with a grand staircase leading up to the second floor. Emily led the group up the stairs, and as they reached the top, they heard a faint whispering in the distance. The group followed the whispers down a dark hallway, where they stumbled upon a room with a pentagram drawn on the floor. In the center of the pentagram was a book bound in human skin. The book contained spells and incantations, and the group realized they had stumbled upon something evil. As they tried to leave the room, they found that the door had been locked. Panic set in as they realized they were trapped. Suddenly, the room grew darker, and they could hear the sound of footsteps approaching. The group huddled together, holding their breath, as a figure emerged from the darkness. The figure was tall and gaunt, with a pale face and sunken eyes. It wore a black cloak and held a staff with a glowing red crystal on top. The group froze, paralyzed with fear, as the figure spoke in a strange language. Emily recognized it as a demonic invocation, and the group realized they were in grave danger. The figure stepped closer, and the group braced themselves for the worst. Just as the figure was about to strike, the door burst open, and a group of police officers stormed in, guns drawn. The figure vanished into thin air, leaving the group shaken and traumatized. The police officers explained that they had received an anonymous tip about the teenagers trespassing in the mansion. They led the group out of the mansion and back to their homes. But the group could never forget the terror they had experienced in that cursed mansion. From that day on, they knew that some things were better left untouched, and some places were best avoided.